Okay, let's not get too political here because I don't want to lose friends. That's not the point of this video. What is the point is how these election results, as they've come in and continue to come in, will impact mortgage interest rates because that affects all of us in the real estate industry, right? So we have a Democrat in the White House. That was not up for grabs this time. If the House and Senate had also gone blue, that would have made it easier for more spending bills to get passed. Now, we're not going to debate whether or not that's a good or bad thing if spending bills get passed. If you know me, you already know where I stand politically. But what is not debatable is that spending is inflationary. And you've been following my weekly economic lessons, so you know that inflation is the mortal enemy of mortgage backed securities, meaning it's not good for interest rates. So, because we're looking at a situation where there's likely going to be more gridlock and bills will be harder to pass, that means spending bills will also be harder to pass. So, that's good news, at least for real estate, for interest rates, for housing. For the rest of the country, that's a topic for somebody else's video. So what other economic news did we get this week? Consumer debt was up 25 billion in September, making it the largest, the fastest 9-month surge of debt accumulation ever. That's a telltale sign that people are struggling with inflation. So while a lot of reports, including consumer spending, are not yet reflecting a slowdown of any kind, those reports don't take into account that many folks are just charging it up. But those credit cards have limits, right? So once those limits are hit, we could see an abrupt halt to spending. And that's when we could see the inflation numbers start to react to some of these actions the Fed has been taking all year long. Speaking of inflation numbers, that little old inflation reading, the CPI came out this morning. Last reading came in relentlessly at 8.2%. We were hoping for 8% today. On this beautiful, lovely, fantastical day, the inflation reading came in at 7.7%. The core rate dropped year over year from 6.6 to 6.3%. There were drops in inflation across everything, almost all goods, except shelter. Shelter was up 0.8 of a point month over month, 6.9% year over year. Rents were up 0.7%. And this was all because of lodging away from home. So if people weren't vacationing so much, mind you, likely vacationing on their credit card, then the overall CPI number would have actually been down more, which points back to what I was saying about how the American way of swiping is probably causing a delay in us seeing some of these inflation numbers come back under control. But markets are rallying this morning, bonds are rallying. After a basically miserable October, there's hope that what the Fed is doing is working. And this news today is 100% resulting in better interest rates. So get on the horn, tell your clients, be the first one to break this news to them and help them understand what it all means. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope to see you tonight at The Future is Female. It's not too late to grab a ticket, support a great cause, and have a very enlightening, inspiring evening. So hopefully I'll see you guys there.